Informing me, Candace the priest told you to chill. I just want to I hear you, I hear you.
Sue me.
Stop. Have you ever just wanted to be quiet, physically assault people? Fuck you. There's a part of me that wants to shake her, but it's Lent. Or I want all of your message. A favor today.
Stop, I didn't finish my goddamn question.
It gotta finish, that's crazy.
Candace the priest told you to chill. I hear you, but I have to ask, have you ever just wanted to physically assault people, but it's Lent?
Howdy ho there, neighbors. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Edie. Today you can call me Farah. Lo, these many years, I've believed that the 50s was my era. Today I realize the 70s was definitely my era. Feathered hair, tan skin, over the top, contour and highlight, and glittery eyeshadow. I'm here for it. I did realize I only have one shade of blush. Now I have many blushes, but only one shade. Many of the same shades. I needed a coral shade for this Farah look. I had to use red eyeshadow. Okay, so I'm not going to get close to the camera. And I will need to go to Ulta, although I did discover this new brand. Well, it's not a new brand, but I've discovered the She Glam. They have the cutest products, and they're super duper affordable. So I have things in my cart. I have it ready in my cart, which is waiting to purchase them. I'm also waiting to purchase my group therapy hoodie from Jay Witt's merch shop. I love Jay Witt. I'm missing group therapy right now to film this. I don't like you if you're mean to him. I also don't like you if you're mean to the Storybox, Jay Phantom, or Benjamin. Can't pronounce his last name. I think it's Schulte. Correct me if I'm wrong, Benny Boo. Cinema Shogun, Gary from Pyramid Tactic, Artie, Trolls, don't you talk about Artie. Tall, the Traveling Clat, I love Tall. Bronson, the Eclectic Journalist, Shady Lady Katie, Lisa Knows. All these people, if you're mean to them. And there's more. I add to the list daily. I won't like you. No, you don't want that, do you? I didn't think so. You know what I realized? I have never done a Wonder Woman costume. I think I need to do that. Linda Carter. Holla. Holla at you, girl. Okay, let's get into things. First and foremost, remember when I said I needed a black leopard cup? Courtesy of Bestie. Isn't it great? I'm going to get her a tiger one so that when we lay out this summer or next weekend, if it's nice, we can have fun cups. We already have fun cups, but these are we need animal print fun cups, you know? And she's so hot, she needs an animal print. So, guys, these Wig Shop contacts, okay, thank you for $13.99, but do they cause glaucoma? And why are they floating around my eyes? Today, we are going to be reacting to Mikey Knowles, Benny Boo, who I love. He called him out, so rightly so. Oh, before we do that, oh my gosh, this wig is itching me. This was my Daisy Duke wig. I dropped it. Isn't it cute though? One second. I'm not taking these contacts out. I'll suffer through it. Reaction or something, or if I feel myself going blind. But until then, I just realized earlier today that Candy did another stupid episode for her Bride of Charlie series called Red Sparrow. She thinks she's so clever. Sit all the way down. Sit all the way down. And can she wear something with color? Does it always? I'm all for black. Okay? It's spring. And we don't need you in your black wool turtleneck. I don't know. She was rather spicy because she got a new tip. Somebody sent her an email with proof that she didn't show, obviously. The only thing that she showed during this non-episode was her stupid timeline she wrote out. She doesn't have or present any hard facts. The only thing that she's shown are her Google searches, newspaper clippings that her team probably found her that make no sense. A sheet that she created with the themes that she identified during her investigation. And now a timeline. She really wants you to focus on the timeline. She had it up the whole time, between reading the teleprompter and reading the timeline. Then she introduced a new tip, but again, she provided no evidence, although she says she has the evidence. She has the receipts. Remember the whole Kanye debacle? He tweeted, I'm not affiliated with Blexit. I'm distancing myself. They're using me as a pawn in their scheme, whatever. Well, that really upset her. And the new tip that she got, that person is telling Candace that Erica, people in Erica's family, were pressuring Kanye. Candace knew not of this information when it happened. And she is heck bent on solving that. She said,
I will be figuring this out. Come heck or high water. I'll be figuring this out. I'm going to get in touch with Ye.
she sounds so stupid. It's embarrassing at this point. She's embarrassing. She said that was really hard on her because it made her look like a liar, right? Because she had said that Kanye designed the Blexit logo. He said, no, I didn't. I put her in touch with some designers or whatever. It's so stupid. Like, for a person who says she doesn't care about fame or famous friends, right? Like, she's so possessive of Mr. Ye. Hers, right? When somebody said Erica knew Kanye, she's
like, no, Erica didn't know Kanye. She never knew Kanye. What are you talking about? Shut up. I will kick you in the face.
So she got real quiet with her scary voice, talking about how she was going to figure that out. She's going to figure it out. She said that she doesn't like what's happening in Arizona. Arizona on her timeline. Nothing good happens in Arizona. What's happening with Arizona? It's a mystery. It's a mystery. Okay. This is her grandfather. I would like for you to look at the place of death. Okay. Listed on his obituary. What was Pappy doing in Arizona, Candace? I think that is suspicious. Let's jump in to this Mikey Knowles video. You know, the next live stream that me and Bestie do, which, by the way, I love my bestie. You know, sometimes friends come to you later in life, and she's just the sweetest, most compassionate, most beautiful woman I've ever known. Let's see, put a... try to find a turquoise heart, because she likes that color, and put it in the chat. Put it in the comments for Miss Jackie. 'Cause I love her. Jackie, I love you.
Obviously, listen, I think that there is a purpose to calling out evil where it occurs, because calling out evil where it occurs is a good thing to do on a moral level. And so if Candace Owens decides to slander the widow of Charlie Kirk, I think that people have a moral duty to say that this is a bad thing, even if they are quote-unquote friends with those people. And I find it an act...
But let's take that further. So obviously one should state one's view and say, you know, Erica's great and attacks on her are not right.
Well, Michael, I'll just ask you straight up. Is Candace Owens doing something evil by attacking Erica Kirk?
I think that it's wrong to attack Erica Kirk.
Say the sentence with her name in it.
I'm not going to dance like a puppet for the podcast wars.
You don't have to dance like a puppet, but you are dancing pretty quickly. I mean, there's a lot of tap dancing here.
I know, I don't think there's any tap dancing.
Even if you aren't interested in the podcast wars, the podcast
wars are interested in you. And I think the people who are leading the invective against Candace are her biggest publicists, and I hope
leading the invective against Candace. I mean, this I take a little bit of umbrage at. I don't feel that it's invective to say that what she is doing to Erica Kirk is totally demonic.
No, that is invective. It could be justified invective, but it's certainly invective. My point is...
Okay, listen, bros. If we could not use the big words. It's Thursday. This wig is tight on my head. I got these wig shop contacts in. What the heck is invective? Let's look it up. Harsh, abusive, or highly critical language used to express deep-seated ill will, blame, or censure. It is a form of vehement verbal attack intended to insult, shame, or offend, often featuring irony, sarcasm, or personal abuse. Common in heated political rhetoric, or as Candy would say, rhetoric, or public denunciation. It is essentially high-level vituperation. I'm going to pronounce it as Candy would. Vituperation. I mean, it is, when I first saw it, I was like, this is kind of embarrassing. Because they're all, it's like 3 against 1. And they know. Like, it's kind of sad because he is the godfather to one of her children. But, Michael, that's why you have to really vet the things that you agree to. I don't know what the protocol is for not being somebody's godparent anymore. You have to fill out a form.
When's the last time you used the term invective to talk about justified invective? Give me a break.
No, of course. The 3 most famous speeches in Dante are the invectives, and they're totally justified. Invective can be a good thing. My point is just that what is the goal of that? Is the goal to make oneself feel really morally good, to puff oneself up to one's friends and fans, or is the goal to try to reduce, the popularity of some show? Because if it's the latter, it's not working.
No. It's just about stating principles. That's what we're here for. That's our job.
One can easily do that without focusing all of this attention.
We actually cash checks because we state our principles, and it is a real question. This is not. I'm totally against calling people out and calling people names. I think it's a bad thing, but I'm not against calling out evil. I mean, Ben's right. This is the basic. It's the basic
no one disagrees
bottom
about
line.
That. No one disagrees.
But you don't do it. And I've
made my view on the Erica Kirk thing completely clear.
Yeah,
repeatedly.
but I mean, look, Tucker Carlson is sitting around saying that implying that American soldiers want to rape Iranian women, and that's what Donald Trump meant by
unconditional surrender.
Unconditional surrender. I mean, that's a disgusting thing to say. American soldiers have been the best behaved soldiers on earth in human history, and I just think it's when people say that stuff, something's wrong with them. Something is going wrong with these people, and it's not the same.
But why would we publicize it? I guess it's my question.
We don't need to publicize it. As you said, they're tremendously popular. But the thing about it is, like, if you take someone like Candace, I believe Candace is popular with people who no longer matter. Anybody who's taking what she says seriously on any level is already lost to the light, as far as I'm concerned. Tucker's a little smarter, although he's starting to go, when you get infested by demons, after a while you're crab walking across the ceiling, cursing at the priest. I mean, that's what happens. That's the trajectory of that. But I mean, at some point, you stand for something or you don't stand for anything.
Right, but no one is. I think that's a false dichotomy, basically. I think we're saying, well, you need to state your principles, you need to state what you believe. Yeah, sure, we all agree on that. The only question that I have is, should the podcasters be spending all of their time talking about each other in these metapolitical fights and promoting each other's clips, for goodness sake?
Okay, so first of all of their time is a wild exaggeration as far as I am concerned, because last I checked, what actually happened is that I made one speech at CPUSA and then said literally nothing for months about any of these people.
And they're attacking you. I'm not. It's not just you. I'm not even saying you're leading it. I'm really not.
The only point that I'm making here is that if these people do have a great level of popularity, which they do, and they are saying things that are bad, which they are, calling out the bad things that famous people are saying and doing is actually the thing that we do for a living. And we do it for politicians. Michael, you do it for commentators on the left. We play clips of these people all day long on our shows. When those people are, quote unquote, purportedly on our side, and some of them are in the ear of the vice president of the United States, then it sometimes becomes a little important to actually call that out. And that is the thing that I think is, now listen, you can do whatever you want. Obviously, it's a free country, and you're well within the Overton window in your opinions, as far as I am concerned, even if we disagree about your approach to these particular personalities. I mean, many of our hosts have appeared and continue to appear on the shows of the very people that we are talking about, and at no point have I or anybody at the Daily Wire said that they should not do that. So, that is sort of beside the point as to what we're arguing here. The only point that I'm making is that if what the commentary business is about is speaking to the audience, meaning a large audience of people who are making up their minds as to who they ought to listen to and the kind of ideas they ought to consider good and bad, then yes, it is worthwhile to say it is not worth your time to listen to people who argue that, for example, the Khazarian Jews are responsible for the breakout of World War III, or that they're digging tunnels across America like rats, or that the Israelis worship Baal. If people like that have millions of viewers, and that viewership has crossover with the movement that I've grown up my entire life trying to build, and their numbers are going up, then I think that it's a good thing to say, hey, guys, you probably shouldn't watch this.
Can I jump in here for a second? I just want to make something clear. Michael, I think that a lot of us feel like if you don't speak up and point these things out, you are effectively abandoning the field. You're basically treating it the way that a lot of Republicans used to treat an issue like abortion, where they just didn't want to talk about it. So what would happen? What would happen is the Democrat would entirely talk about it. They would define the terms. They would determine what the debate was about.
Okay, I can't listen to that guy talk. Not that he did anything wrong, and I do appreciate the American flag. I don't know him. I think we got the gist of it, right? First of all, I love Ben Shapiro. I love that man. Okay, he's on my prayer list. Michael he wanted to say, I'm not going to dance, I'm not going to tap dance, or whatever that stupid thing was that he said. Ben's not dancing. Ben doesn't dance around things. He will call it right out. Are you willing to call out evil? Are you willing to say that Candace is evil? And Michael was the one tap dancing around it. I think that the attacks against Erica are wrong. No. Because who's leading the attack? That is your girl, Candy. And if you think that those attacks are evil, Michael, then you should be able to say, this is evil, Candace. Please stop. I would imagine they have a close relationship if he's the godparent to one of her children. If her children even exist. I mean, I still don't believe that they exist. Where are they? We don't care about them. You said a hit was put out on your life and you went to Dollywood with your children. I'm sorry, if multiple countries had a hit out on my life, I wouldn't take my babies to a theme park. So, I didn't mean to yell, I'm so sorry. In my head, and it's starting to itch, so I'm going to wrap this up. Michael, you make absolutely no sense. What Ben said is true. You do this for a living. You call people out for a living. Remember, after Charlie was massacred in such an evil, grotesque way, and people were celebrating and making awful videos, mocking the way that he died, mocking the way that he was brutalized. And I liked that side of Michael. I tuned in for everything he had to say. It's like, these people are not fit for a polite society, and they need to be shunned from polite society. What changed, brother? Because this woman is not fit for polite society. She's dangerous. She's hateful. She seeks to destroy. She's like Satan. The enemy comes to steal, kill, destroy. Candace is here to steal, kill, and destroy. That is her mission. You see that. Your refusal to admit that and call that out is very telling of your character. Like, if my Jackie, she would never do this because she's normal, went on a warpath and was attacking Widow, and she had a huge platform, said it would be difficult to call her out. But I would do it because I love her. First of all, I would want to stop her from making a fool of herself, which is, Candace is just making a fool of herself. She's making a fool of her husband. Now, I know he's back there directing everything. His hand is in all of that. But it's still really embarrassing. When David and I were first together, oh my gosh, I just remember how dumb I was at 23. And how I thought I knew everything. And my smart mouth, I must have embarrassed that man so many times. But you grow out of that. This is like a 37-year-old woman flying off the handle, mispronouncing every word, making a fool of herself and her husband. Listen, I always tell David, you represent me. I represent you. Please don't leave this. Don't leave the house in 3 different shades of blue. That man likes to wear the different shades of the same color. I'm not kidding. One time I wasn't here when he left, and I arrived home, and then he arrived home, and I was bewildered at what I saw. I didn't even know there could be different shades of white. A crisp, clean, white t-shirt, brand new. But then his shorts were is there even a neon white? You could see them. Helen Keller could have seen these shorts. His shoes were his work shoes, therefore they were dingy white. I don't know why, but I said, "What are you wearing?" And then I had to give my speech about how he's a direct representation of me. And people who saw him in this outfit, I told him, they think you have a wife that doesn't love you, which is so far from the truth. I love that man. Anyway, you're embarrassing your family. So I would intervene with my Jackie if she were behaving like a lunatic. 1, because I didn't want her to embarrass herself. 2, because she's also embarrassing me. 3, actually 3 should be number 1, because the main thing is you don't want to be evil. I'd have a come to Jesus meeting, round table, pull in everybody. I'd pull in all of the loved ones. We'd have our list of scriptures to go over. Then we'd present the scriptures to her. And we'd pray. That's that's the main thing. Making God sad.
You make God sad today, Mom.
You're in a pickle. This is a pickle that's been created now. Because you guys are on a different level. You are somewhat responsible for her children. Should the French legionnaires actually take her out, then that's on you. Because George is just going to leave. So you're in a pickle, Mikey. But I'm so sorry. Scripture says anyone who loves their son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. So, Michael, you have to love the Lord more than you love Candace, more than you love your responsibilities as a godparent, because what she's doing is completely in violation of Scripture. And you purport to be a Christian. Though you practice Catholicism and you pray to saints and you do all this and that, you still claim to know the Lord and to know Scripture. So you have a responsibility. And you are to love the Lord more than you love anyone. I love the Lord more than I love David, more than I love Jackie, more than I love makeup, wigs, more than I love my puppies, more than I love my nephews. I love the Lord. And I expect all of them to love the Lord more than they love me. So, Michael, this is a failure on you. It is very telling of your character, and it makes you look like a hypocrite because you were all high and mighty to condemn everyone who was acting a fool after Charlie died. That they were a disgrace and that they weren't fit for polite society. I agree with you. Again, I was there for that, Michael. Michael's like funny, you know. He's funny, kind of goofy. But then you hear him talk with his chest. And you start looking at him differently. Like, oh, okay, he's a man. Don't be coming up over here with that nonsense. You're not fit for polite society. That would sting me. Oh, I'm not here for this, Michael, though. You're even more of a hypocrite because this is what you do for a living. You call what again, Ben said you do this for you would call out any other person for this madness. So you're not making sense. You say we shouldn't give them attention, then don't do it at all. Why are you giving anybody any attention for the wacky things that they say and do? That makes no sense. Just makes sense. This doesn't make sense. You know? So I don't know what all I've said. I'm still going to post this video. I'm committed to posting. It's like Jackie and I've talked about Jackie a lot, haven't I? We have a rule because we send voice memos. I prefer to send voice memos than typing because my little Vienna sausage fingers always mess up the buttons. Anyway, I prefer to send voice memos. And sometimes it's just, it's all over the place, much like my videos. But we have a rule, like you can't delete the voice memo. You have to send it because that's the best time to hear it. I want to hear everything that you're saying. I want to hear everything, all every which way you've gone. I want to hear it. It's the best. They're the best voice memos. I'm committed to implementing the same rule for these videos. I'm not going to delete anything. I'm just going to keep recording, just talk until it's right. More in high school. It was English literature. Oh my gosh. Did anybody else used to, like when you were going around the room reading, would you count the people and then count the paragraphs and then rehearse your paragraph in your head because you were afraid you were going to sound like a bumbling idiot? English lit professor said, just write until it's right. I utilize that piece of advice for speaking. Just talk until it's right. You may sound like you're having a stroke. Let people know, no, this brain works. We are not having a stroke. Let's do a recap of the video. The 70s were my missed era. I mean that. I stand by that. But I need to do a Wonder Woman. Need a coral shade of blush. I actually need just a variety of. Candace is now blaming Erica for the Kanye debacle. She's going to find out. Candace doesn't like what's going on in Arizona, but her grandfather died in Arizona. We need to look into that. Ben Shapiro called out Michael Knowles for not calling out what Candace is doing as evil. He's in a pickle. He's a pickle person, right? Because he's godparent to her daughter. We learned from that you really need to consider who link yourself to for all of your life. We also learned that Farrah didn't get her time after she passed because Michael Jackson, of course, had to steal her thunder. Would you like for me to do a video on Michael Jackson? Let me just tell you something. After the Lord saved me on November 1st of 2020, if I ever get to the point where I can have like a merch store, there will be a shirt that says, ask me about November 1st of 2020. I know I reference that date a lot. Best day of my life. It gave me a new heart and a new mind. And afterwards, nothing was the same. certain things that I would listen to as like a needle on my eardrum, and I could hear and feel the demonic. Right. Michael Jackson is a crazy, kooky fella. And this girl and her entire family, we were MJ fanatics. Yes. My youngest older brother, he's the one I told you. He's just got so much talent. So much talent. Gorgeous. Brilliant. Obsessed with Michael Jackson. And he wanted to be a preacher when he was little. And he would actually wear a suit to school. It's like kindergarten. Kindergarten, first grade. He would wear a suit to school and carry a Bible. And then one day my mom showed him the Thriller music video, and he put his Bible down. He said, I would like a leather jacket, and things were never the same. And he was on another level the way that he would perform Michael Jackson's song, because we're performers, right? Shocker. You're shocked by that, yeah? But we love Michael. I used to get in fights, like verbal fights, not physical. If somebody would say anything cross about Michael, you didn't want to talk to me about it. He's a wacky, wacky fella. And as Candy would say, our toddler clues. Puzzle pieces are coming together for that fella. You know what? Candace defends Michael Jackson. She's like, he was proven innocent. What does that mean? Take your little blues clues. Why was I talking about Michael Jackson? All right. I'm going to edit this, and then I'm going to post it. And you're going to like it. I broke this nail after reaching for oil. Okay, here's the thing. I could shovel through gravel and these nails wouldn't break. But if I just lightly touch something, boing. Anyway, I saved the nail, which gives me a brilliant idea. I already had an idea, and then we're really going to be done with this, okay? I don't know why, but I always do something to my fingers. I'm always wearing a Band-Aid, right? And it really throws off my concentration if I see the Band-Aid and my nails are painted. So I came up with an idea. What if there were Band-Aids that had a nail on it so you could paint it so it would blend in with the rest of your nails? Wouldn't that be cool? But you're still like doctoring your finger. Now I'm thinking, after this debacle, what if there was a separate kind of another different lengths and shapes for the nails, the Band-Aid nails? I just gave somebody $1 million idea because I don't know how to steward that idea and to make it into a $1 billion empire. If I ever got money, I would just give it all away. Like, oh, what do you need? I'll buy it for you. That's why I do things for free. People are like, you gotta charge. But I'm thinking, if you have the ability to help somebody with something, why don't you just do it? You don't need to earn anything from that. You know what I'm saying? I love you so much.